Good morning, everyone. So we have a wonderfully exciting day today. We have Denise Rosier with us. Woohoo! Love her, and it's my first time getting to play with her, and I'm so excited and so blessed, and we are all blessed to have her here today.
1, 2, 3, 4. We have come together as a family. We have come here as we are. Yes. And we have come with arms wide open. We have gathered here in love. Ooh. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. We sing in celebration. We sing with words of prayer.
Sing words of prayer.
We affirm all life as sacred. We declare that peace is here. Yeah, yeah. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place.
In this place.
Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place.
In this place.
Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place.
In this place.
Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Let's sing it. Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place.
In this place.
Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place.
This place.
Spirit is in this, Spirit is in this place. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Raise the roof with shouts of praise. Spirit's in this place. Now, welcome to Sunday morning, everybody.
Nice. We're going to go right into the chant. Now, I did make a slide for it because it's 2 words. So I think you can handle that. Of course you can. All right. So we're going to go right to it.
I am made of the light that hung the stars in the night, a perfect thought since time began. I am one with the love that's holding all of us. Its power in my you affirm those words with me? I am. I am. I am called by the voice that speaks of truth and joy, forever blessed where I stand. I am. I am. I am made of the light that hung the stars in the night, a perfect thought since time began. I am. I am. I am one with the love that's holding all of us. It's power in my hands. Thank you, God. I am. I am. I am called by the voice that speaks of truth and joy, forever blessed where I stand. I am. I am. I am. I am.
Thank you so much, Denise. What a beautiful start of our day, right? Thank you, Scott, for being here again, becoming a regular. We love you. And next is Dawn Lynn. She's going to do our announcements.
Let's see. For announcements and details on upcoming classes and events, go to the website or check on the newsletter, or feel free to take pictures of the slides. Join us after service for our snack and chat in the courtyard or downstairs. Gather and share. Light refreshments are provided. The International Day of Peace is Tuesday, September 21st at 9 a.m. Join us on the Labyrinth for a short ceremony. All are invited to walk the labyrinth at any time on this special day with the intention of world peace. The Blessing of the Animals will be held in the courtyard on Saturday, October 2nd from 10 a.m. to noon, and then we'll have a pet parade at 11. Bring your critters and let's bless them. The next gong bath is Greg Wilkins. It will be this Tuesday, September 14th from 7 to 8. And now, Reverend Dr. David Goldberg will speak to us about Spirit Expressing 2021.
Thank you so much, Johnny Lynn. Yes, we've been talking about it for a few weeks. It might be new to some of you. We're so excited to be engaging in Spirit Expressing 2021. We're using Esther and Jerry's Hicks book, Abraham, Ask and It Is Given. We're really excited. We just know so many people are moved by this work and love and appreciate it. So starting next week, the Sunday talks will be focused on chapters in the book, and then we will launch our online classes. So we have 2 facilitators that are engaging in the class on Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 8 p.m. by Zoom, and we have 2 facilitators working with the class on Thursday mornings from 10 to 12. So all you have to do, beloveds, is sign up and buy the book. After that, you're golden. So, who is planning to sign up today that doesn't have a book yet? Okay, people, this is your cue for a free book. There you are, loved one.
Thank you.
See, ask and it is given. And then, as Donnie Lynn already mentioned so beautifully, right after service, right here in the sanctuary, we are going to be having our new member class. It's an exciting time. We have a booklet that we will share with you. We have an envelope of gifts, and we just welcome the conversation. If you'd like to speak with us, with our board president, with myself, what is it about? How is it the same from other teachings? How is it unique? We're happy to engage in that conversation. Please give it some thought. We look forward to having you with us. And also, when you sign up for Spirit Expressing, we do have the booklet that you can take with you today. We also have a PDF available if you'd prefer to receive that electronically.
We are anchored in prayer here at Unity on the Avenue. Our prayer chaplain today is Opal James. She will lead us with our statement of faith and our prayer reading.
Good morning, everyone. We're going to start out by reading our statement of faith. There is one power
and one presence in the universe and in my life. God the good, omnipotent.
Faith keeps me strong and confident. Faith is an inner knowing that arises from my connection to the divine mind. It allows me to move beyond limitations of my fears. God in me, as me, is me. Therefore, I am well, I am strong in spirit, mind, and body. For I know the Christ light is always shining right here and right now. I walk in this light of a thanksgiving consciousness, knowing fully that I am a blessing of gratitude for all that I see, all that I think, say, and do as I go about my daily life. I walk in faith, knowing that I am surrounded with God's loving care. And our Bible verse this week is from Matthew chapter 6, verse 25, where it clearly says that goodness is all around us. Let us feel this. Let us open our hearts to see it. Jesus urges us not to be concerned about the clothes we shall wear or the food we shall eat, but know that abundance is in and all around us. And so it is. Amen.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place. Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angels' wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence of God is in this place.
I've heard it said that we're small and alone on our path, but my mind is set on a life greater than that, and my heart is open wide. My heart will be open wide. All that's good that flows from above and below. I am that, I am that. All the joy and love that a life can hold. I am that, I am that. All that's good, all that's good. Some say the answers I seek are found on my knees, but I listen inside to the whisper, I'm all that I need. And my heart is open wide. My heart will be open wide. All that's good that flows from above and below. I am that, I am that. All the joy and love that a life can hold. I am that, I am that. All that's good. All is for me. I am worthy, I am worthy. All is for me. I am worthy, I am worthy. All that's good that flows from above and below. I am that, I am that. All the joy and love that a life can hold. I am that, I am that. All that's good that flows from above and below. I am that, I am that. All that's good, all that's good.
All that's good. Amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your gifts, your talents, your powerful ministry with us, Denise. You are always welcome here, my friend. And you've heard me say this before, and I don't think that we can say it too much, because in this community, we love the spoken word, we love the printed word, we love music. And so it has been written that when we sing, we pray twice. And we bless you for showering us with your gifts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So, my friends, this day, speaking of being showered with gifts, we're talking about abundance. We started off last week talking about prosperity. We're talking about abundance. Sometimes they're used interchangeably. Sometimes we have our own definitions. Sometimes we choose to get all wound up in our human-made stuff. Let it go. If it means the same thing to you, that's perfect. If it means something different to you, that's extraordinary and right for where you are. And in this day, we're talking about abundance. Last week we talked a little bit about being open and willing to receive, right? So sometimes we talk about, or we pray, or we meditate, whatever your terminology, of calling in what we want to manifest with the divine in our human experience. And on some level, we're not in alignment with our request. I shared the story of a minister who enjoys putting himself in conversations with the saints and the apostles. And he talked about what his conversation with Saint Gabriel might look like as he was giving him a tour of heaven. And it was extraordinary and beyond measure and beyond words. And they went walking by this room, and it was just floor to ceiling gifts, big ones and small ones and wrapped ones and unwrapped ones. And it was just mind boggling. And this minister said to Saint Gabriel, what is this? What is this room in heaven? And Saint Gabriel said, these are all the gifts that people have requested that they weren't ready to receive. So many of us are pretty good about the beseeching part, about the asking part. How are we in being in that space of being willing to receive? I am ready to receive. I am open to the gifts of the universe. Wow, might be something we're spending some time on for some of us. And many of you were with us yesterday for our 9/11 remembrance ceremony. It was beautiful, it was powerful, it was an extraordinary team of people who participated. So for anybody who participated, who joined us in the sanctuary, who joined us outside on our beautiful labyrinth, and who are now joining us online, we say thank you. And part of my work 20 years later, I appreciate the thought around don't forget. And of course, we don't want to forget. And as metaphysicians, we also know that words have power. So for me, my mantra is always remember. Because let's just feel into that. When we feel never forget, yes, of course, we all understand what that's about. And when we feel always remember, we're vibrating at a higher energy level. So if there's anything there for you, I invite you to take that and be with that as well. And you know, another powerful event locally that happened the day before 9/11 20 years ago, September 10th, 2001. The opening of Invesco Field at Mile High, our brand new stadium for the Denver Broncos. And the editor and the publisher in me says, Invesco Field at Mile High what? But that's a conversation for another day. And so I had the great joy of going and being present and loved it. And we've been Bronco season ticket holders since the year I was born, since 1960. And that day, 20 years ago, the Denver Broncos lost to the New York Football Giants in the debut game at Invesco Field. And here we are 20 years later, kickoff of a brand new season for the Denver Broncos today. They're in New Jersey, actually, playing the New York Football Giants. So somebody was conscious, somebody was tuned in, somebody was paying attention. And so what I will share with you, my friends, is that I am a Broncos fan. I have on my orange shirt. Rick almost didn't let me out of the house today with my orange socks. And by way of ritual, not trying to be Bono, but this is the way that I see the world on many Sundays. So color therapy tells us that the orange chakra, that the sacral chakra is all about compassion. It's all about interaction. It's all about wanting to be in community. So what better way to celebrate our Unity on the Avenue community, to celebrate the Denver Broncos? And I don't beseech often, and today I beseech. Our Broncos need all the help we can give them. So whatever your frame of reference, please send them positive energy. And so, we were also having the conversation about acronyms in ministry, and often teasing, my dear friend Norm Bouchard is a master. So is Roger Teal. So is Cynthia James. So many people are so good with acronyms, and I'm still cutting my chops here. So today our acronym is. You're with me. You're awesome. So today, when we talk about prosperity and abundance, when we talk about tips, all of these things. What is my job is to provide you a slightly different format to plug them into and hopefully remember for yourself, right? So today we're talking about orange. We're talking about tips to abundance, however you define it in your life. So the O then is oneness. That is what we know as metaphysicians. That is what we know as people who look beyond the physical. Ironically, we're talking about oneness, and everything happens twice. Once inside, once internally, once in mind, and then in physical manifestation, right? So that is what we know to be true. So, starting with myself, I get to connect to my interpretation of the divine. Whatever he, she, they, them, it looks like, feels like in my own interpretation. That is the invitation, you see, to deepen in your own conversation with the divine. And so then it's a natural outflowing. It feels better. It feels more in alignment for us to connect with other people in our family, in our community, with everyone on the planet. So it all starts with oneness. And that is good, and that is strong, and that is powerful. And that's a part of many of the world's religious traditions. So Ernest Holmes in religious science would say, we are Christian and more. Charles and Myrtle Fillmore would say, we are practicing practical Christianity. So again, whatever your terminology, the invitation is to get the download, to feel what is yours to feel, and then put it into action, right? As we would say, treat and move your feet. Pray and take action on that. So we are all about the oneness. The R then invites us into something that is so powerful for all of us. That is rest. That is rest. Scripture tells us, what did God do on the seventh day? So God needs a break. You can probably have one too. So what does that look like for you? What is your personal Sabbath? What is the ritual that you allow, that you create for yourself to rest, to recharge, to rejuvenate, to reestablish, get more powerful in your connection to what I choose to call God, and you can call it any name that you would like. Because we are so used to going, right? And we can make a difference. And if I don't do it, nobody's going to do it. And on and on and on. And the good news is we are all extraordinarily capable. And the powerful news is it's equal parts being and doing. So what does that look like for you? What is your Sabbath day? Is it a Sunday? Is it a Tuesday afternoon? Is it every morning when you get up and you perhaps hug your beloved and hug your beautiful four-legged and have your pot of coffee? Whatever that looks like for you, I encourage you to be conscious of what your personal Sabbath is. How do you rest? How do you recharge? How do you rejuvenate? So the A that I already mentioned then is alignment. You know, we're entering into this powerful work with Esther and Jerry Hicks, also known as Abraham. And Abraham was asked the week after, right after 9/11, we are getting all kinds of thoughts and questions, and what does Abraham have to say about the activities of that day, about 9/11? And Esther, in channeling Abraham, basically said, these are horrible circumstances. We wouldn't wish these on anybody around. And she always talks in the plural because Abraham is a number of different entities that she is channeling. She said, we wouldn't wish this on anybody. And what I know for you, whoever was listening to her voice, what I know for you is your work is continuing to stay grounded, continuing to stay connected, continuing to stay attuned to Source. Because again, I keep saying this, and I can't think of a better way to emphasize the point. What we know is that joy is our natural state. Happiness is our natural state. Now, we're spiritual beings having this hopefully delightful human experience, and then something like 9/11 happens. That is such a dichotomy because I'm supposed to be happy, and the death and the carnage and the unimaginable pain and grief for every being around the world. Dr. D, what the heck? So again, we know everything is created twice. So when I made the decision that I couldn't physically fly to New York to help, when I gave as much money as I could, and I still was feeling way less than, what am I doing? Why am I still here? Why am I still here? What is mine to do? It came to me, my friends, that mine is to pray. Mine is to be. Mine is to be in alignment, because that is how we change the world, one person at a time. I can invite you into different teachings. I can invite you into books or thoughts or ideas. That is why this community is so wonderful. Our book group is outstanding. Our classes are amazing. And we don't tell you what to believe. You know what is intuitively right for you. And we welcome your questions. So that is what is ours to do, is to be in alignment and to know that, yes, we're going to have those human experiences. We're going to experience grief. We're going to experience death. We're going to experience loss. And our natural state is happiness. Our natural state is joy. So back to your spiritual practice, back to your day of Sabbath, what do you do when you're feeling slightly cattywampus? That's my grandma's word, and I just love it. When you're feeling, not exactly sure, it's not horrible, it's not hateful, you're just feeling kind of off balance. What do you do? So these are some tips that we're offering and that we're sharing. And I invite you to continue that conversation. What works for you when you're out of alignment? In children's church, we use the acronym of the FROG. Right? And you can, when you're feeling it, when you can leap back to center. And I invite all of us into that because it's perfect, it's simple, and it's powerful. And speaking of acronyms, FROG is whenever you're feeling out of alignment, first rely on God. Our first inclination, the invitation is to move into prayer. Many of us as helpers, as people of action, we can do this, and we can write a check, and we can have a drive, and we can do, and that's all awesome. And how much more powerful will it be if we start in prayer, if we start with our own alignment? So the N then, in orange, is about newness. The Fillmores were very clear and very conscious that what they were doing when they were both experiencing significant physical issues, that what they were doing for them was new. They moved into prayer. And Myrtle Fillmore healed herself, if you will, of tuberculosis through prayer. Charles Fillmore had what he constantly called a bad leg from an injury in his youth. He healed his bad leg through prayer. And that was new to them. That is something that they stepped into, and that's what they started sharing with a couple of friends, and then a larger group, and then a much larger group, and then people started writing them for healing. Of course, in the day, that's what everybody did, was write letters. So people reached out to them for prayer, and what we know now, of course, is that prayer isn't a new technology. And when it's new to me, it's new, right? So I invite you into that space. We sometimes say that we are grounded in principle and we're open at the top. And we're open to calling in new thoughts and new ideas and new ways of being. Where is the invitation into newness in your life? And of course, what comes with that is the opportunity to look at traditional, to look at the old, if you will. And, Donnie Lynn and I were just having a beautiful conversation. She's already started the reading for the Ask and It Is Given for the Spirit Expressing course. And she said, David, I have this dichotomy that I continually hear my mother's voice saying this and this and this and this and this. And I love her and I bless her and I honor her. And I'm not, my words, not hers, I'm not so sure it's serving me anymore. And I said, what if it's perfect? What if you are grounded in principle of what you know to be true and what is in alignment for your beliefs? And the invitation is to say, thank you, Mom. Everything that you gave me, the voice in my head, has supported me until this moment. I bless you. I release this information to create room for more good and that which serves me on my path going forward, right? So that is the newness. We are grounded in principle. We're open at the top. We're calling in the new with a respect and an honoring for the old or the existing. So what are you being called to step into that is new for you? What is new? The G then is greatness. And so I included this to share with you something that you already know, and perhaps you need to hear it today. You are a perfect expression of the divine. That is who you are, you see. We are spiritual beings having this human experience. We bless our friends who believe in hell and who believe in sin, and that is not the path that we are on, because the one power, the one presence would not create something in its image that is less than perfect. So we are co-creating with the divine. I'm very clear who the junior partner is in my life. And as we do that, right, we get to say this or something better, because I don't want to limit spirit as to the gifts that I can be open to receive. So, what does that look like for you? What is the newness? What is the kernel? What is the nugget that is there? So, as we reflect on greatness then, it's not about creating something great. Because that's the message today, beloved. You already are. As you are co-creating with the divine, you're wanting to create a different kind of greatness. And I love that Denise brought her beautiful music to share with us. And I invite you, I implore you, walk home with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of these beautiful pieces of music from this extraordinary being. And it makes the point beautifully, right? That when Denise created her first recording, she was present and she was on top of it, and she was knowing what she wanted her ministry to be, and she was knowing how she wanted to support spiritual community, and it's an amazing work. And now, years later, when she has a few more offerings, right? They are still beautiful, they are still perfect. She's in a very different place, and she's able to support people all along the path, you see. It's not that she was growing into her greatness, she has always been great. It's that we are growing into her greatness, and we are recognizing our own greatness in support of each other. Is that making any sense? Rick always teases me when I have iced tea in the morning. This is what happens with David on caffeine. So please hear that message. We are all great. And that's not from a place of ego, and that's not from a place of narcissism. That is from a place of, if I believe that the one power, the one presence that I choose to call God created me and continues to dwell in me and express as me, then the greatness is already there, you see. And when I put myself first in situations, in circumstances, when I choose to say no for my mental health day, for my own, rejuvenation, my own revival, that's nothing but putting God first. And as a person of faith, why would I not do that? So when my ego gets in the way and says, oh, David, that's just David being David, and that's egotistical, and that's whatever. No, my friends, it's not. That is being a person of faith. So put yourself first, forgive me, and let go of the other BS. we can release that from our experience. And then finally, the E in orange is energy. Again, we know that everything is just energy and information until we choose to label it. It's just there until I say, I like that. That's a mess. I need to fix that. That's awesome, right? It's all just there until my human self helps me put a judgment on that. And that's not a bad thing. That's how we as humans make it through every day. We have to make judgments. That's how we're able to survive. So please don't hear that as a negative. But it's all energy and information until we choose to label it. So talking again then about our, notice the inclusive we, about our beloved Broncos, I was reading some stories that said they are making a shift from hating to lose to loving to win. Can you feel the difference in that? That's kind of like never forget and always remember. So if we're going through life never wanting to lose, we know what we resist persists. So if I'm not wanting to lose, I'm going to keep having lots of opportunities not wanting to lose. And when I shift my thinking, when I change my thought process, and I step into loving to win, it's a huge energetic shift. And then we'll start resonating with people who are at that level. And spoiler alert, like moths to a flame, we will attract interesting beings who want some of what we have. So we get to be in that place of loving and honoring and blessing and managing our own energy, right? So, as the Broncos take the field and you stay in, we'll move this new member class right along so you can get home and get on your sweatshirt and get in your chair. As our Broncos take the field and we watch the people in orange, let us remember those tips for abundance in our own life. Let us remember oneness with the divine. Whatever our interpretation, whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like, let us remember to rest. Yeah, God took a day off, so can you. Let us remember to be conscious of our alignment and what that looks like and what that feels like. And when you're feeling good, when you're having a great day, whatever that looks like, however you express that, you're in alignment, my friends. And that's what that means. And so that is when you leap to center, that is when you know that you're there, among many other things. and be open to the new, right? It doesn't mean that we're always searching for something else and we're always looking for the next and best, greatest thing. That's not what I'm saying. Be open to the new ideas. Be open to the new thoughts, and run those through your own mind, your own heart, your own being. And some are going to be awesome, and some are going to be really interesting. And so you get to be with that and see what that looks like and feels like for you. And be in the greatness. Know your own greatness. I know that we all have had different experiences with parents. There are as many different experiences as there are people on the planet. And I hope that you had a parent or an adult in your life who recognized your greatness. And you see, you can do that for yourself. And you can do that for each other, right? So be in that greatness. And then finally, the energy behind the word. My sense is when Charles and Myrtle first started doing their prayers with folks, they weren't up there saying, thank you, God, for healing me. I'm glad I can walk, and I'm glad my wife is cured of tuberculosis. I'm sensing, and this is completely a David made-up story, that this was a revival moment, right? That they are sharing their heart, they're sharing their passion, they're sharing their soul. So that's the Fillmores who founded Unity. Ernest Holmes, who founded Religious Science, would say, I would rather have one person living the principle than have 10,000 people who can recite it to me. So it's about the energy that we bring to it. It would be a very different experience if we were to invite Denise to join us, if we just pulled something off of YouTube. And of course we would pay royalties. It would be a very different experience than having her here, than feeling her energy, than hearing her voice with the beauty and the grace and the support that Maylin and Scott are so powerfully offering. So you get what I'm saying. It's all about the energy. And that is something absolutely within our control. So we're stepping into the orange, we're stepping into abundance, we're stepping into compassion, we're stepping into caring, we're stepping into the beauty that is life as we choose to always remember. Please join me in prayer. How good it is to come together on this glorious day in our beautiful Colorado. How good it is to see eye to eye, to feel heart to heart, to know soul to soul. And as we continue to take this deeper dive into what abundance means to us, I know that it is done before it is spoken, before it is said, before it was even thought, that each and every person within the sound of my voice is absolutely prosperous and living an abundant life of their dreams as they co-create with the divine what that means, what that looks like, what that feels like, the energy around that, and what they are calling in and choosing to experience. So I bless these beloveds. I bless this exercise in abundance, knowing that not only are we calling in that which we think, we want, we need, but we are absolutely ready to receive, for we are the perfect children in whom God is well pleased. And I just say yes. I say yes. I say thank you, Spirit, for the amazing energy, the powerful consciousness that is this community that lifts up this Park Hill neighborhood, that lifts up this extraordinary country, that indeed lifts up this amazing planet. Because we are so clear that it is not about us. It is about the work that we do, our intention, and the energy that we bring to our work. So I release, I let go into that amazing alchemy of love and logic known as the law, knowing again that it was done before it was spoken. And I simply say, thank you, Spirit. All is well. God is magnificent. And we anchor this together by saying, and so it is, and so I am, And so we are. So speaking about abundance, this is our time of moving into conscious giving, where we are able to offer support where we are spiritually fed. We are so blessed and so grateful for your gifts, for your tithes, for your contributions. However you define that, we're grateful that you choose to share. Mom and Dad did a good job with you. So please join me as we offer a blessing for our gifts. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
All that I have is blessed. All that I give is blessed. All that I am is blessed, blessed. All that I have is enough. All that I give is enough. All that I am is enough. Blessed. Thankful, so thankful. Thankful, I am thankful. All that I have is blessed. All that I have is blessed. All that I give is blessed. All that I am is blessed, blessed. All that I have is enough. All that I have is enough. All that I give is enough. All that I am is enough. Blessed, we are so thankful. Thankful, so thankful. Thankful, I am thankful. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed. I am blessed.
Indeed we are. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Denise Rosier. Maylin, Scott, what an amazing team. So my friends, please do check out our booth at the Park Hill People's Fair, Park Hill Street Fair. You can take a little seedling with you, encouraging you and reminding you to grow with unity. And we would love to have you stop by and say hi to a number of our board members and volunteers who are there today. Also, please do sign up for the Spirit Expressing classes. This is the last week to sign up in person, and then you can get your book and you'll be right on track to jump in with us next Sunday as we launch Ask and It Is Given. And we have a moment of celebration. One of our very own, Mr. Robert Powell, has completed his work. He retired as of Friday. Robert, I'm still tired. I can't move into retired, but We bless you, we honor you, we look forward to hosting your retirement party next month. He gave it a month to see if he really wants to do this or not. So thank you. That is a very good thing. And then finally, Maylin does such an extraordinary job coordinating all of our musicians, our guest musicians, our special guests, above and beyond, and just amazing work. And as a part of that wonderful work, next week we welcome Laura Berman with us. She's actually part of the service today in that little domed church across town, and then she's going to be in service for the High Holy Days at Congregation Beth Evergreen on Saturday, and then she'll be joining us next Sunday. So our love of music, our support of our beautiful New Thought musicians continues. And now, my friends, it is part of our tradition to bless the children of this community and to bless the children of the world. So please rub your hands together, get that energy started, and join us in our children's blessing. You are loved, special, and important. We see you and bless the divine being that you are. And that is what we know to be the truth. And as we move forward then into this amazing and beautiful week, know that you are loved, know that you are perfect, know that you are spirit expressing, and what I know is that you are absolutely showing God a good time. Please join me in our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. I am that light. The love of God enfolds us. I am that love. The power of God protects us. I am that power. The presence of God watches over us. I am that presence. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Go in power. Go in peace.